Hi everyone, this is Mike with a brief video about communicating using MyOpenMath. There are three primary ways which you should use MyOpenMath to communicate in the course this session. The first one is through messages in MyOpenMath, the other is the forums, and there's also a mechanism through which you can get feedback from me that I want to show you how to access. So let's begin with the messages. When you first log in to MyOpenMath, you will see this main page, and if there are new messages or forum posts, they will appear in red right next to the course name. And it's a good idea to click through those new messages and forum posts, and I'll say more about why that is in just a moment. But if you click on the red link for messages or forums, it'll take you directly to the messages that you want to see. And my recommendation is to read those as regularly as you can. They will often contain information that you'll need as you progress through the course. I will send messages through MyOpenMath to the entire class with pretty solid regularity, and so important information that I want to communicate to the entire class will be available to you through the messages. And occasionally I'll initiate a conversation directly to you using messages. Messages are the best way to keep information private among the people who are sending things. So if you have a private matter that you want to discuss, then sending a message is the best way to get a hold of me. But if you want to make something public, then using the forums is a good way to go. Just real quickly, sending a new message is easy. It's like sending an email. You just pick somebody in the class that you want to write to. You have a subject and then a message body, and then you can send the message on to whoever the recipient is. Again, the messages are a good way to get a hold of an individual, but if you want to send something public, then I encourage you to use the forums. And there are two reasons why the forums are going to be valuable to you in this session. There may be more, but there are at least two that I think are pertinent to you in the course this session. The first is that the forums, contributing to the forums is part of your grade. So you can access them through this link up at the top here where it says forums, or every week I've asked you to contribute once to a weekly discussion forum, so you can access those forums here. And so if you click on the particular forum, you will access previous posts, and so you can click on those threads and topics there, or you can create a new thread. Every week, I'm asking you to post at least once to these weekly discussion forums. And as I mentioned in a previous video, the way that those forums are set up is that you can earn points for either writing a question to your classmates or answering one of your classmates' questions. And so I'm taking you to the syllabus here to remind you about how the weekly discussion forums work. Remember, you only need to post a question or respond to a classmate's question. In either case, I'm asking you to do three things. So if you're asking a question, I'm going to ask you to make clear the mathematical topic to which your question relates, and I want you to be as specific as you can about that topic. Secondly, you should write something that you do understand about the topic and how what you think you're doing relates to the question that you're asking. And then finally, ask your question, but give as much detail about what you have already tried. If you haven't tried anything yet, you're not ready to ask the question. So make sure when you ask your question, you say something about what you've tried and where you're getting stuck. When you're responding to a classmate, you should also do three things. The first thing you should do is highlight something that you see that is correct in what your classmate has written. The second thing is to answer the question as best you can. And then third, point your classmate in the direction of a resource that might be useful. Maybe that's one of the videos that I have posted or to a link to the textbook, or if there's another resource that you used to help you understand the topic better, then maybe you can point your classmate in that direction. In any case, you only ever have to post once every week, but every time you post, in order to earn credit, you should do these three things. So one reason that the weekly discussion forums are really important is because they're part of your grade, and in order to earn full credit, you need to follow these directions that are in the syllabus. The second reason the checklists are really important is because I will often choose exam items that come from people's weekly discussion forum questions. So if you're paying attention to those forum questions, that will be a good way for you to study for the exam. Lastly, I want to show you a little bit about using feedback in the MyOpenMath format here. So if you go to your gradebook and you click on the gradebook, you will see all the things in the gradebook that count toward your grade. And you can see that a lot of these things at the moment that are open are not counted as part of your gradebook. But if you click on a grade that you may have received, so here's an example of a grade that I've been given for activity number 1, I can see my score and I can click on this link that says View Feedback. And in that feedback it will show me the comments from the instructor, and I can use those comments to either progress a little bit farther in my understanding or just revise the way I was thinking about the process. While we're here in the gradebook, I just want to point out that this is also a place where you can click on this Use Late Pass button. If you are not going to finish an assignment before the due date, using the late pass will extend your deadline by 3 days. And you can use as many late passes as you like on any given assignment, but you can see here that at the beginning of the session you have a total of 25 late passes available to you. So that's some information about staying in touch in MyOpenMath. Again, related to messages, where you can send direct messages to classmates or to me. Those are private. Also about the forums, which are actually part of your grade, and they're a good opportunity for you to ask questions of your classmates and to practice answering questions, which is obviously what you're going to be doing for me on the exams. So messages, and then forums, and then finally questions or issues related to using the feedback in the MyOpenMath gradebook. Please be in touch if you have any questions or concerns, and as always, I wish you good luck.